Good evening, guys and girls. We got Keith, we got Mike, we got Brian, and you got yours truly, Rob. You got two in the state of Virginia. And we're representing this week. So we're going to try, let's see if we can beat those claims.
Mike and I are in neighboring states.
That's right. And we're having the hot weather.
Texas and Louisiana.
Well, it was kind of cool here today.
It was a very cool
93.
day. Nice day for me to cut grass today. It really was. This past weekend, Oregon, Michigan State. Oregon 24-point favorites didn't cover. Nobody took Michigan State. Auburn covered the 24 points with Georgia. Brian took Auburn in that game. South Carolina, Ole Miss -9 on the road, no problem there. And that Tim and Harris took that. Iowa at Ohio State. 20.5 I thought was going to be too much, not a problem at all. Tim and Keith took Ohio State. Clemson, Florida State, Clemson just barely clears the 14 points. Everybody but Tim took Clemson this week and floats. Washington, Michigan, 2.5-point favorites. And me and Brian bid on it, and we ended up catching a fish there, 27-17. A&M and Missouri. A&M are 2.5-point favorites. I actually thought that was one baiting us in. Oh no, Harris and Keith, they took advantage of that and got that one. This week, Rob and Tim 2-5. Keith, Brian, and Harris 3-4 each. Over unders for the college was Keith was 2-5, Harris 2-5. Brian 4-3, Tim 5-2, and yours truly 6-1 this week. All right.
On you.
We will start with Keith this week. Red River Shootout. How about that? Texas, 14.5-point favorites going to Oklahoma. Or actually, they're playing, I guess, are they playing in Arlington?
Dallas.
Texas, 14.5-point favorites.
Outdoors.
And Oklahoma is, quote unquote, the home team. 54 in the hook. Have at it, Keith.
First of all, to whoever's watching this, you're not drunk. You're not seeing a pink elephant sitting here. Breast Cancer Awareness Week at work, so I had a pink T-shirt on today.
I got a straw.
As far as the ladies, check your breasts, make sure they're okay. Yeah. If you don't want to, have your man do it for you. But
Bazinga!
Bazinga!
54.
Hey, what do you think? Well, Daniel Berry, you stepped in right at the right time. What are you thinking, Keith?
Any notes send in care of Keith.
54.5 was the over under.
Yeah.
Normally these teams are going to go pretty high. I don't really know. I'm going to go under on I'll take Oklahoma with the points, even though Texas is probably that much better than Oklahoma. I just have a feeling it'll be closer than that.
And you're going over?
Isn't Texas coming off an off week?
I don't think they played last week. They didn't play last week.
They didn't play last week.
I don't think Oklahoma played. If they did, they played a cupcake.
I don't know if they did either.
54 in the hook.
I'm going to go under. I think it'll get up to about 50.
Okay. All right. Michael.
You know, Keith, you're in my thinking world. The Red River rivalry is a good game. Hasn't been talked about a lot this week. But I'm going to say I think it's going to be a closer game than most people think. And I'm going to go take the points with Oklahoma. And I think the game's going to go just a little bit under, maybe 48, 49 points.
All right. Mike goes Oklahoma and under. Brian.
Oklahoma.
But Mike, you're also picking Texas to win, right?
Yeah, I think Texas is going to win the game.
Yeah.
Now, how about you, Keith? Do you think Texas wins the game?
Yeah.
Probably. I think they're going to win the game by like 7.
Okay.
So
I think it's going to be close.
Quinn Ewers is supposed to be back for the Longhorns. They really haven't missed anything with Arch Manning. Manning's been just as good as Ewers. I'm looking at Oklahoma's freshman quarterback. Looks like Michael Hawkins is playing. He's going up against the Texas defense that's been only allowing about 7 points a game lately. And Texas had an extra week to prepare. So I like Texas 30-20. So I'm taking Oklahoma, but Texas to win. And I'm
All
going
right.
under the total.
And you're going with the under. All right. I got to show my score then. There's Texas with 30. And there's
Rob,
Oklahoma.
that's the score. That's the score I was going to give.
No.
I swear that was the score I was
And
going to give.
that's what Brian just gave. How about that? 30-20.
So that means probably nowhere
You
clear.
sure
near
you're in
that.
the
So
opposite
it's
sides of the state?
probably going to be 3-0.
Yeah, I wasn't making that. I'm not making that up. I actually the score that was in my mind was 30 to
It's
20.
a fun game, and it's a neutral field for both of them. It's the middle of the Texas State Fair.
All right. Next game. Mike, Penn State, 4.5-point favorites, traveling out to USC, 48 and a hook.
They're going to Usk. That's right. Penn State's going across the country to Usk. 48.5. First of all, that to me is too many points. We're gonna go under. Penn State probably is gonna enjoy the travel. I think I even though Usk is home, Usk is not as good as people think they are. And 4.5 is a good number for Penn State. So I'm gonna go with it. Penn State and the under.
Penn State and the under.
Yeah.
No score, Brian? I mean, Mike, you don't want to give a score? 40 under 48.
Maybe they'll win like I think they'll still have 30-17 or something like that.
Okay.
Usk.
All right, Brian.
Penn State's quarterback, Drew Allar, is playing well. He is the number 6 rated quarterback in Division I. And I watched some of Penn State's game last week, and I really like their offensive line. They are so in sync, and they play with so much leverage, particularly in their run game. I was talking about it with that Laurie, and then the next play, the quarterback got sacked. But their run game, though, the offensive line is very, very good. SC, their coach asked them to gain about 15 pounds, his big guys, because he was concerned about playing in the Big Ten. And they've done that. So their defense has been able to stand up much better than they had last year. I think with a long travel for Penn State to go to the West Coast, I think Penn State's a generally better team than SC. But I see this as a 1-point game going to Penn State, 24-23. So I'm taking USC on the point, Penn State to win, and I think I'm under because it's a 47.
24-23, you got 47. That's under.
Well, it's 47 and under?
48 and a half.
Yeah, okay, 48. So I'm under on that.
Would you say USC 24 or Penn State?
No, I got Penn State 24, SC 23.
Okay.
So I'm on the points.
Well, folks, we're not cheating at the papers here. Yeah. This is going to be a little tougher game, I think, for Penn State than most people think. I really, really think this is their first loss of the year. I'm going under the total of 48.5, but that 4.5, too much. Too much. I'm taking USC to win straight up. 24-20. 24-20, USC wins. Keith.
I'm taking Penn State to win by 10, 27-17 in this one. I don't think it'll be as high scoring as the Minnesota USC game. And that was like 34 to 30 or something, was it?
Something like that.
Yeah. Minnesota ended up prevailing in that one. So I don't know. USC, they battled back against Michigan, still fell short. Their quarterback is at times looks pretty good, and their defense, I've seen them at least look like they were improved over last year at times. But even though it's out in California, if it was in Penn State, I would pick Penn State to win by maybe close to 20 points. But being out in USC, I'll take it by 10.
Okay. Mike.
Yes.
All right, you went first. That's right. We go to Brian. We had Ole Miss, the Rebels. They're going to travel to LSU. Ole Miss, 2.5-point favorites in this game. How about this one? I swear I'm not lying to you. 64.5 points in this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they total is so high. Last week, Ole Miss defense had 10 tackles for loss, plus 6 sacks. I don't like the coach at LSU. I've talked about that before. But his offense has been a fireworks show. They've got Nussmeier averaging 330 yards per game, and they got 4 very capable receivers. I've got Ole Miss winning this game 28-25.
28,
So I've got them.
That'll be 53.
The
So
under.
you got Ole Miss covering and under.
And under.
Yeah, I think Ole Miss is a better team here. LSU has not thrilled me at all when I've seen them play. That's enough said right there. 2.5 points, they'll cover it. 33-28. LSU wins under the total. Keith. I'm sorry. Ole Miss wins 33-28. I'm sorry. Ole Miss beats LSU 33-28 under the total. So I'm taking Ole Miss. My bad. Go for it, Keith.
I guess I'm going to be by myself on this one. I'm going to pick the upset. I'm going to take LSU to win the game 31-30. So that puts me under.
All right. Yeah. Keith will go with the under. Mike.
Well, I've never been a fan of Ole Miss, and LSU is playing in their home turf. Now the question is 64.5 points. I don't like that. That's a really high number. But I've been looking at their last 5, and this game is gonna get me to the 50s. I'm gonna take the points with LSU. I don't know if they're gonna win the game. I think they'll win the game outright. I think they'll win the game again. I would say like a 28-27 game. So I'm gonna take
not
LSU.
on the island. I'm not alone on an island.
No, you're not. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Ole Miss.
I got our new commander fan with us.
So I think they're going to win the game 28-27.
Update for the channel. Harris, our power is out. NBA is also canceled. Magic game on Friday night already. So
I saw that. Power. I just saw that they canceled an exhibition game in Miami.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So they have power. I mean, no power. So I said, be safe.
Yeah.
Let's see. Have I went yet here?
No, it's your turn.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, it's your turn to go first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I've already went my Ole Miss LSU pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Keith and I are going with LSU.
Well, it's coming to me now. Ohio State, Oregon. Ohio State travels out to Oregon. They're a 3.5-point favorite, 55 and a hook. You know what? I think Ohio State's the best team in the country until they have to travel that far out. Oregon at home is a different animal. Oregon's going to upset them 24-23. Ohio State's they're going to lose this ball game 24-23. I'll take Oregon, and I obviously under the total. Keith.
I'm going to go with the Buckeyes.
3.5.
Yeah, it's tricky there. I guess Buckeyes to win outright. I guess I'll take the points with Oregon.
You'll give it points up. Okay.
No. You said Ohio State's favored by 3.5.
Yeah.
No, I want the points for Oregon though.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not taking Ohio State to cover, but I am taking them to win.
All right.
Oh,
55.5.
I'll go over.
Okay. Michael.
The Ducks, they're going to have another big advantage. That's where game day is going to be this week. Everybody thought they would be at the Red River Rivalry. They were just in.
So Nick Saban's going to be up there
in Washington. So Pat and the boys will be in Oregon for this game this week. I think that gives more of an edge to Oregon because that gets their student base out. They pump up the team, pump up the crowd, and Oregon. Who said it, Rob? You did. Oregon is a different beast at home. That is correct. I am taking Oregon in an upset. I think it's going to be more of a. It's going to be one of the. I think it's going to be 31-30, Oregon.
All right, over the total, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a little bit of the Ohio State game last week. I like their gray uniforms they came, and they were pretty sharp. Ohio State right now looks to be at the top of their game. They play very well on offense and defense. Jeremiah Smith, that's the 17-year-old guy, and Emeka Egbuka might be the two best receivers tandem in the NCAA. And then look at the running backs, Quinshon Judson and Trevon Henderson might be the two best running backs on a team. So I'm liking Ohio State in this game, even though they have to travel a long ways, and there's going to be a lot of excitement in Oregon. I got Ohio State winning the game 27-26, but not covering. Oregon gonna.
Oh, so you'll take Oregon to cover 27-26 is 53.
And you're on the
you'll go with the under as well. All right. We got Keith. Iowa State. Another undefeated. They're going to West Virginia. And Iowa State is a 3.5 favorite. Going to West Virginia, 51.5.
Yeah, I don't know. Earlier in the year, I would have probably said, give me West Virginia and those points. I'm not going to do it here, though. I'm going to take Iowa State and give up those points.
All right. 51.5.
Ooh. I'm going to go under.
All right. Mike.
Okay. West Virginia, tough team, but you know what? Iowa State has played well. They have won. They've only given up 21-0-7 in their last 3. So that's an average of 9 points a game. West Virginia, I don't know. Their offense could be shaky, but Iowa State to me is the better team, and I'm going to take Iowa State, and I think they're going to win 28-17 again.
28-17, 45. That'll be under.
Yeah.
All right. Brian.
Yeah.
All right, Rocco Beck, their quarterback, led their offense to 542 yards against Baylor last week. They really haven't beat anybody, though. Iowa might be their best opponent that they beat. But they are 5-0 for the first time since 1980, and there's a lot of momentum going in that program. West Virginia, Garrett Green has 1,300 yards. It's their quarterback, total offense. They've got OSU. Well, they beat OSU, they beat Pitt, and they beat KU. KU is not doing well this year, but their games have been close. So I think West Virginia's had the tougher schedule. I've got Iowa State winning this game, 28-24.
So Brian will take Iowa State and the over.
In the over.
All right. You know what? I just think Iowa State has been smoke and mirrors so far. We're going to really see something this week because they hadn't played on the road but once, and they didn't really play anybody. I mean, they played a cupcake on the road, I think, then. I got West Virginia winning this ball game straight up, 25-23. I'm going with the under right there. All right, Mike.
Yes, sir.
We got Kansas State. They're traveling to Colorado. Kansas State, a 6-point favorite, 56 and a hook.
Colorado, one of the most, I'm going to say it, one of the most underrated teams in the country this year. Sure, they get all the publicity because of Coach Primetime and Sanders and Travis Hunter. And that's going to make the game closer, maybe even a win. But Kansas State is a strong team, but it's going to be. I'm going to take the points, of course. I'll go with that, and I'm going to go 31-28, and I'm going to take Colorado for the win.
Oh, so you say Colorado straight up wins?
Yep, 31-28.
31-28. That'll be over. So that'll be Colorado and over. Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this game's in Boulder, and I think it'd be worth watching just to watch the quarterbacks. Avery Johnson really had a breakout game last week against Oklahoma State. There was a play in the red zone where he made a move on one of the Cowboys, and he about dropped his drawers, and Johnson ran it into the end zone. It's worth watching to watch Avery Johnson and Shedeur Sanders, the quarterback for Colorado. Sanders has passed for 1,630 yards, 70%, 14 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. And I think I'm going to be looking at primetime coaching against Kleiman for K-State, two good coaches as well. So I've got Kansas State winning the game, but Colorado covering the spread. Kansas State 28, Colorado 25.
28-25. So you'll go under the total. 53. So it's 56 and a half. Yep. So you'll go Colorado in the under.
Yeah. I think K-State will win.
Yeah. I think Colorado, this is my opinion. I think Primetime's a joke. I really do. I think he's a joke. I would not have him as a coach in my school. Not a chance. Not a chance. Blowout City, 22 points. 36-14, Kansas State blows them off the field. They're booing this team before they're booing this team before the end of the game. Wait and see. I'll take Kansas State and the under.
I don't think I'd want my kid to play for prime time.
No, I wouldn't want to either. Keith.
I'm going to take Colorado, or I'm Kansas State. I'm sorry, I misspoke. I'm going to take Kansas State 31-24.
31-24. That is Kansas State in the under. 31-24 is, let's see. Yep, that's 55. And it's 56 and a half. All right. Let's go to the pro side of things, guys.
How about one more college game, if you don't mind?
One more what?
College game.
All right. Shoot it.
Arizona, BYU. I see BYU's favored at home by 4.
All right.
Arizona's still, I think, a team that can be. I'm surprised at their 3-2 mark. I thought they would be better than that. I don't really recall who's
What's it total? What's the total? You got total points?
49.
49. All right.
I just think this is a game where I'm going to go ahead and pick BYU to win and cover, but I think that's one that could be a surprise. I know
49. 49.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm going to go a little bit over that.
All right. All right, Mike. Have a go at this one. This is
Have a go at this one. BYU, they've always. I'm just looking at their numbers now. They're, what'd you say? They're 3.5 points or 3 point?
4 is what this.
4-point favorite.
4-point favorites. Wow. Okay, but they're undefeated. They're in second place in the Big 12. Arizona's 3-2. Should be a good game. I wonder who's going to get that on TV. And then the other
Fox.
thing, Fox. Oh, it's a Fox game. That's why it's an afternoon game. Afternoon games for BYU. I don't know if they're going to be able to figure things out, but I think they have the talent that they can beat Arizona. I don't know if it's probably going to be a high-scoring game because it's in Utah and all that, and the fans will be out. So I'm going to say BYU 27, Arizona 20.
All right, 27-20. Actually under the total. Okay. Go for it, Brian.
Last year, BYU got mopped up in the Big 12, but this year they are much better. And we saw how good they were when they easily beat Kansas State at home at BYU. BYU has one of the best fan bases in college football. In that Kansas State game, they had a charity going back in Manhattan, Kansas, where every point Kansas State scored, that they would donate to, I think, the Boys and Girls Club, because they didn't score much in that game. And so the fan base at BYU made up for the difference, and they donated to the Boys and Girls.
No, that's nice.
But their fan base does stuff like that regularly. They're a great fan base. I've got BYU beating Arizona 34-20, so that's over the total, I think. And
34-20. Yep.
Yeah, over 49.
BYU. Yep.
You buy a ticket there for $65.
Yeah, I like BYU in this ball game big. I really do. I don't think Arizona has an Arizonians chance of winning this one. 37-10. I'll take BYU.
Oh, wow.
I'll go under the total. Over with at halftime.
So that 4 points is just you would actually put money on that one.
Oh yeah. That's of all the games right there. That's one I would probably have the easiest time with. Other than Kansas State, I probably would put Kansas State.
You said 37-10.
10. Yep.
So you're under.
I'm under the total. Mm-hmm. I went under the total for everything this week. How about that? So
yeah.
Yeah. I only went over one time, and you'll see it when we get to the NFL. We go into the NFL now. Last week, Falcons win. None of us did. Vikes won. Rob, Harris, and Brian got that one. The Bears won. We all took it. Commanders won. We all took it. The Dolphins won. We all took it, but you know where. We lost that one. Yeah. Jags won. We didn't. None of us got that one. Texans won. Keith had the Texans.
Good for you, Keith.
Ravens overtime helped them because they were a 2.5-point favorite. They ended up winning by 3. We all swept across the board on that one. Broncos win. Rob, Brian, and Keith end up getting that one. Cardinals, Niners. Cardinals win. None of us took them. Giants, Seahawks. None of us took the Giants. Packers, Rams. Harris and Keith took the Packers in that game. Cowboys, Steelers. Nobody took the Cowboys, so we lost out on that one.
Blame it on the rain.
Chiefs, everybody but Rob. I just went out on a limb there, and now Carr is out indefinitely. And I'm hearing minimum 3 weeks, but it could be 6 is what I'm hearing. So,
Yeah.
Rob, I heard something about somebody said somebody was going to score 30 points on the Chiefs.
huh?
I think I heard somebody say it last week.
Yeah, I thought they would. And now what's happened? They've lost 4.
Here's a trivia question for
3 in
you.
a row?
They've lost 3 in a row. Yeah.
When's the last time somebody scored 30 points on Kansas City?
Been a while.
Been since the Philadelphia Super Bowl.
Really?
So they've given up 30 points.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
We are ready for week 6 in the NFL. This week, 4 buys. We got the Rams, we got the Chiefs, we got the Dolphins, and we got the Vikings. The 2 undefeated teams get a week off here in the week 6. We're going to start with Brian here. Thursday night football. The 49ers, 3.5-point favorites, traveling to Seattle, 47.5. Go for it.
Well, the 49ers are trying not to go 2-4, especially before they got to play the Chiefs, which could be 2-5. The 49ers are playing for the season this week coming up, absolutely.
You needed it.
And I think this team tends to collapse in the second half. That's happened 2 straight weeks. I mean, they've had leads. They just don't know how to put it away.
Do they get McCaffrey back? McCaffrey's back, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, I thought they said McCaffrey was back this week.
His backup, Jordan Mason, though, has not been terrible.
Okay.
Let's see. Seattle lately can't stop the run, and they're 1-4 against the spread. So here's what I got. I've got San Francisco winning the game, 24-23. So that goes over and covers for San Francisco.
No, 24-23, 47 and a hook.
Oh no, I'm sorry, 27-23 should be 50.
27-23. Oh, you got the Niners winning 27-23.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take the Niners and you're gonna go with the over.
Yeah, they've got to win this week or their season
Yeah.
cooked.
Yeah, I didn't take many overs this week, but this is one of them. I think both teams are going to score here. I really do. The Niners are just getting their defense back, and sometimes I guess it takes a while. This is not an easy place to play, but when you've got your back against the wall, the last thing you want to play is an angered Niner, not an angered Lion, but an angered Niner. 28-23. I'm going to take the Niners, and I will go over the total, 28-23. Keith.
Okay. I don't know. I just can't pick against Seattle this week when they lost at home last week to the Giants.
Mhm.
And I just have a feeling their offense will keep up. I'm going to go with the Seahawks to win this game
Straight out.
straight out. And I'm going to go over.
Yes.
Because I think it'll be something like 30-24.
30-24. Keith goes over the total. We go to Michael.
Well, I saw the Seahawks on TV last week, as well as all the other teams, and their defense is kind of like very, very shaky. And their special teams, they gave up that blocked field goal where the guy shot right through the hole and blocked it and took it back. I don't know if McCaffrey is coming back. I think Purdy's going to have a so-so game, and it's Thursday night. With these Thursday night games, Most of them have been terrible to watch.
Yeah.
So, with that in fact, I will take the 49ers in Seattle, and I think they're going to win the game 24-10.
24-10. Mike will go with the under there. All right. Coming to me now. Sunday morning. We're going to be back in London again. Jaguars. Going to play the Bears. Bears are the quote-unquote team. Doesn't matter. They are 2-point favorites in this game. 44 in a hook. And I'm like this about it. There's 8 games been played in London so far. Every one of them went under the total. This one goes under the total as well. I'm going to take a Jags straight up to win this game, 21-20, under the total. Keith.
Jaguars won a game, but maybe the Colts are kind of having their problems too. The Bears actually, I know they were playing the Panthers last week, but Williams had some pretty good numbers, high completion percentage. Their defense, I think, is probably starting to come around. Jaguars are still, I think, too sloppy overall. I don't expect them to be quite, out of that funk they were in. I think they'll slip back into that.
So you're taking the Bears?
I think that this last week, that was just one of those weird NFL things. Now you're going overseas, and some weird stuff can happen there too. But I like the Bears to win rather comfortably in this game.
Okay.
I'm going to go under, but it's going to be like a 31-10 game.
31-10. All right, Michael.
I'm sorry. The Jaguars, they finally won a game. Whoopee. Tony and Shaw are probably very happy about that, but Tony's having more problems dealing with his AEW product. The Bears played very well. They played very well. This Caleb Williams seems to be okay for them. Might solve their problems. The Bears have to rely on Devontae Swift to score points.
Another guy that had a big game this last week.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm worried about Trevor Lawrence. I read somewhere that if he don't have a good game, he's going to be benched. And who's their backup?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody know?
No.
Me neither. Give me the Bears, and you're right. Another one of these wonderfully overseas games that the fans, and don't forget, Jacksonville is England's home team. That's the only thing I worry about. But I think the Bears will win. It's going to be low scoring. It's going to be Bears 20, JAX 10, and Doug is in a lot of trouble.
Just to find out if it ends up being that Zappy is the backup, are you still gonna?
No, Zappy is the backup.
No, I said if he was.
No, I think Trevor and his long hair is kind of had it in Jacksonville. Like I said, they're worried about their AEW product and not worried about their football team. So I'm going to take Bears 20, Jaguars 10.
Brian.
Zappy tried to make the Chiefs team this year. He did not make practice squad.
Oh.
Okay, Caleb Williams did pass for over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns last week. And Jacksonville is still a mess. They might have won a game, but they have the league's worst defense. And you can see Trevor Lawrence getting a spat in the sideline with one of his receivers, Gabriel Davis. Even though they're England's home team, I think Chicago wins this game 27-17. The Bears claw the Jaguars.
27-17. So Brian will go with the Bears and the under. Then Keith. Keith, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 2-point favorites, traveling to the Saints. Derek Carr out multiple games. It looks like he's going to be out at least 2, could be as many as 6. No, as many as 4, rather, 4. So Derek Carr is out this week. Bucks a 2-point favorite on the road, 42 and a hook. Keith.
Wow. Sometimes when a team really needs a game, and especially if it's a divisional game and they're at home, you think, okay, there's going to be something happens that everybody's going to put all that effort in there. Yeah, but if they don't have Carr, Tampa Bay, I think, is still probably one of the better teams, and they might be a top 10 team in the league. Just either that or just on the outside looking in. Tampa Bay usually plays fairly well down there. Not that I really think that matters, but I do think that they will win this game. The Buccaneers will. And were they an underdog by 2 or a favorite by
2-point favorite. 2-point favorite.
Yeah, they'll cover that. And
42 and a hook.
wow, that's a tough call, Rob.
That's why they send me the numbers, brother, because they don't want you to lose.
I'm going to go over, but man, it's going to be a tight. They're not going to go over by much.
Michael, Bucks 2-point favorites at New Orleans.
Yeah, I know. Who do the Saints play with Derek Carr out? As I'm trying to find it. Anyway, I don't think it's going to matter anyway. The Baker has found a home in Buccaneer country.
I don't know why Cleveland would have wanted him. I mean, gee whiz.
Yeah, I don't either. But you already know that Tampa Bay has already flown into New Orleans for this game because of Milton. You got Milton, and then you got a running back for Tampa Bay named Oivig. So Milton Oivig. All right, that sounds good to me. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be Tampa Bay 31, New Orleans 25.
All right, so Mike takes the Bucks, and he's going to go over the total. Brian.
Milton Oivig. How do you like that? Good choice.
That fast receiver at Tampa Bay is good for one long touchdown, I think, every week, like Tim said last week. And sure enough, he burned the Chiefs. They tried another one, but Trent McDuffie guarded him on that one. But I was scared when they were playing the Chiefs. I was scared to death about our safety Cook staying with Shaheed, and he couldn't, and he got a touchdown. But now New Orleans got to break in a new quarterback against a pretty tough defense in Tampa Bay as well. But Tampa Bay coming off a tough week. I think it was overtime game with Atlanta last week. I've got Tampa Bay winning this game, 24-20. So I'm under the total, Tampa Bay.
All right, under the total.
Well, I just found out who their backup is.
You know what? I am going to go against all you guys. I just feel like the Saints have to fight somewhere, and this is where they're going to have to fight to just make it known that we are the team to beat. Bucks, very good team. I'm not taking anything from them, but they're 3-2, so it's not they're not world beaters. They've beaten the teams probably should have beat. I'm going to be upset here. Saints 20, Bucks 18. I'm going under the total.
That backup, Michael?
Huh?
You said you had.
Yeah, the backup is Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And Jake
But they got another.
Hayner.
Yeah, and they're saying they think Rattler will be the guy that steps in. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they brought in Jake Hayner when Carr got hurt.
Yeah.
And there was a play where Chris Jones got free and was chasing Jake Hayner. I was cheering for Hayner to run, Jake, run.
Oh my God.
Run. Yeah. Michael, we got the Commanders. Winners of 4 in a row. First place in the NFC East. I don't know how.
I was waiting to hear that one.
They're traveling to Baltimore. Baltimore is a 6.5 favorite.
Yeah.
Have at it.
Have at it. Baltimore home.
52
Yeah,
and a hook.
that's why. So you figure 3 points for Baltimore. So that makes them a 3.5 point favorite if they were on a neutral field. And the Commanders have played well. This quarterback is decent. The running game with Robinson has gotten a lot better, and their defense is waking up. But there's one player, all I have to say, Derrick Henry. They got to find a way to stop him. They couldn't stop him in the second half last week. They couldn't stop him. Lamar Jackson, they're making a big deal out of it. He's having a great year. And I think Andrews is back for him. So that might give another weapon for Lamar Jackson. So I'm going to say Ravens 34, Commanders 13.
34-13 is 47 points. So Mike will go with the Ravens and the under. All right.
Nice play,
Brian.
Well, this is the Battle of the Beltway, and I think this is the game. One of the games I'm most interested in this weekend coming up. You got the Battle of the Heisman-winning quarterbacks and Jalen Daniels and Lamar Jackson. I like Baltimore in this game. I look at Jaden Daniels, and I think definitely he's going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year. Could he be the MVP? I don't think so. It might be Derrick Henry will be the MVP. Both offenses are second and third. It seems like when a week like that comes up, they both can't score. I do have them going over, though, just barely. Baltimore 28. I think it'll be a good game. Washington 26.
All right. So you're taking the Commanders.
You got Commanders on the points and Baltimore
28-26, and you're going with the over.
Oh, Lord. Jim and Tony's got this game. Ugh.
Yeah, Commanders, they are they're up and coming. I'll say it. They're up and coming. But we got too short of a sample size so far for Jaden Daniels. Get back to me in 10 weeks. Get back to me in 12 weeks, and we'll say something. 4 weeks is not. 5 weeks is not enough. It's just not enough. Ravens know how to run the football. If Commanders stop and run, they win the ball game. I don't think they can stop the run all the way. I don't think they have to worry about the pass because the kid can't throw the ball. He just really he really is one dimensional. I mean, that is possibly the worst MVP that's ever won an MVP in the NFL. He's won 2 of them. But I wouldn't have him as my quarterback. I would not want him as my quarterback. I like Daniels much better. Jackson's never going to win anything with that team because he's too one-dimensional. So having said that, they're going to beat the Commanders this week, though. They're not going to cover, though. I mean, yeah, they're not going to cover 6.5. Ravens 24, Commanders 20. I'll take the Commanders in this game with the points. I'll go under the total. Keith.
Yeah, I think the Ravens will win. I think the Commanders will keep it closer than the spread. I'm thinking like 27-23, which is an under. You know, Eckler has been making some nice plays for the Commanders as well, catching screens. He gets in the open field, even some running plays.
Running plays.
Yeah, he did have one where he got the ball knocked out, and somebody was there to jump on it for the Commanders. They didn't turn it over. Daniels is playing very, very well. I was really impressed with the way that the Commanders' defensive line was able to get a strong rush, just pushing the Browns' offensive line back. I don't know where the Browns' offensive line ranks, but that was really impressive to see how easily and consistently they were able to push their way through there and get to Watson. I would love to see that they could do that some this week too. We'll see if that happens. The pressure is so important, especially for our secondary. The coach is a defensive-minded coach, so even though I don't think the Commanders win this game, the thing I'm most interested in seeing is how the defense performs. And yeah, they might have some trouble with Henry. He might get him a few times. But if we can contain Jackson when he's got the ball in his hands, I think that's still a positive step. And so, yeah, I'll stick with that. 27-23 Ravens. So that's taking the
27-23.
Commanders with the points in the under.
Yep.
And also, Keith, when you talk about the defensive line pressuring Lamar Jackson, the Chiefs got a lot of pressure in their game with him, but they did not contain him. They really did a poor job of keeping him bottled up in the pocket. So you can get pressure on him and it still won't work. That can happen.
He doesn't
But
stay
he's got to run the football. If he throws the football, if he throws the ball 20 times in this game, I like Washington's chance to win in this game. He won't throw it that many times though. He'll run it more than he throws it. He'll run 15 times, but yeah, he don't need to be throwing the football.
But his thing is he's every year it seems like he misses a few games because he gets hurt for a while.
Oh yeah.
And Keith, just an FYI, according to the Huddle, the offensive line rankings of the Cleveland Browns is number 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so that adds to the encouraging.
Even with all the injuries they've had?
Yep.
Wow.
But the only bad thing is the Commanders are the worst.
Keith just went, so we're going to Brian.
Oh, no, next to last.
Brian, the Cardinals. And they are coming. Aren't they coming off a win? Yeah, they're coming off a win at
San Francisco. Yeah.
They're going on the road to play the Packers. Packers are a 5-point favorite in this game. 49 and a hook.
Okay. It's hard to know what you're going to get from Kyler Murray from week to week. And he's a great athlete, good quarterback, but he can't see over his linemen. So he's got to have those passing lanes to find his receivers. And I think that's why there's a lot of inconsistency there. Romeo Doubs got suspended for a week because he's unhappy on the number of passes he's catching. Was that last week or this week coming that he was suspended?
Last week, I think. Yeah, this week. It's this week he's suspended, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but here again, you got an unhappy receiver who wants to make more money and catch more passes rather than put the team first.
Yeah.
By now, though, I think Jordan Love is healthy. I thought they brought him back too soon, but I think he's healthy now. And I've got Green Bay winning this game 28-20.
28-20. That is just under the total. Yeah. Yeah. I've almost got same points that you got. Kyler Murray does not impress me. Kyler Murray is just a step above the jabroni in Cleveland right now. That's it.
You mean the Grover?
Yeah.
The Groper.
Yeah. So maybe that. But what are we gonna call Kyler Murray?
He might be 3 steps ahead of the Groper, but that isn't still very, very good in this league.
Especially when you got to take 2 to jump in the sky and try to throw the football. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not impressed with this Cardinals team as long as they get this little jabroni in their quarterback. And I'll take a pack in this game. 27-16, straight up. So I give them 5 points. I don't have a problem with that. And I'm going under the total. Keith.
Yeah, I mean, there was one game this year where
27-16. That's what I got.
there was one game, was it the second game of the season, where Murray was able to get Harrison for a couple of touchdowns, and it looked like, oh, maybe they're going to be kind of explosive. So now I'm still wondering, when the Cardinals are coming off a win, does that mean that this team's going to be all of a sudden a decent team? Because I keep thinking that they might be before the season's over. Going into the season, I kind of had expectations they would overachieve a little bit, or be at least excel above what people were planning on seeing from them. I think the Packers are starting to get their legs under them though now, and I think they're going to steadily get better and better as long as they don't suffer any really debilitating injuries to their roster. So at home here, I think the defense is fairly good too. I kind of look for the Packers to really put some light up the scoreboard this week. I'm going to say something like 34-17.
So that's a little bit over the total. Okay. All right, Michael.
Green Bay is home this week, and to me that's a big advantage. Arizona's got to go from Phoenix to Green Bay so that it's West Coast to East Coast, even though Green Bay's in Central. Still, they got to go east to play Green Bay.
Well, they're on the coast of Lake Michigan, so it's kind of
Maybe north. Maybe a little
Still,
north.
West Coast. It's West Coast versus going east.
North.
You know how Michael feels about all that.
Maybe a little north too, but that's all right.
Yeah, northeast. Jordan Love is impressive. Kyler Murray is like a lesser version of Jackson, because he runs around. He runs and runs and runs all over the place. What was that one? He ran 95 yards to complete a 10-yard pass. Go figure that one out. But Jordan Love is improving, and the Packers have one other advantage. They have an Olympian. They have Simone to pump them up, and she'll probably be there if she's not on tour. So give me the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay 30. Arizona, who doesn't have a hockey team anymore, 14.
30-14. He'll go under. All right.
Was the hockey thing, did it have something to do with your pick, or?
No, Simone. Simone, her husband.
Like, I want you to make a bet with a Packer fan so that you can come on here with a cheese
I
head
know
from me.
he's a bear now, but still.
Colts are coming my way now. The Colts. Is it my turn or is it Brian's turn?
I don't know.
What the hell, right?
Well, I
Have you
think it's
ever-
yours, yeah, because Mike finished.
I'm sorry, Brian, that you have to go before me. Am I thinking? I really am sometimes.
Colts are a 1-point favorite going to Tennessee. 43 is the total in this game. And look, everything points to the Titans in this ball game, except Richardson probably is not going to play. It looks like he's a game time decision. Right now, it looks like
What else is new?
Looks
Tell
like
me something I don't know.
looks like Flacco's going to play, and
Yeah.
Vegas likes it better.
Nothing.
Titans
Vegas,
had a week off.
Vegas likes Colts odds better if Flacco's playing. I do too. I like the guy to be able to just step back there and throw the football. He still can do it. The Titans better defensively. We know that. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm taking the Colts in this ball game straight up, 24-14. No. I have no confidence at all in the Titans quarterback. 24-14, I'm going under. I'll take a Colts straight up. Keith.
That's the one thing I'm worried about. That making the mistakes that he made, it might be in his head a little bit, and that could be something makes him a little gun shy, starts throwing the ball, or maybe he just continues to unravel with his confidence. Colts still have the running back, right? He's still healthy, isn't he?
Mhm.
So
They still got their starter. I can't think of his name.
I forgot his name.
Jonathan Stewart.
No,
No.
Jonathan. No, not Stewart's not his name, is it?
And,
Oh.
or
Taylor.
Tony
Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So that I think that might be the difference in this one. It's not going to be a blowout either way, but I'll take the Colts to win this one. Oh shoot! I was gonna. What did you say the over under was?
43.
Right on the button.
43.
Oh man! So I was gonna say 23-20. 23-20 and a half.
Oh Lord.
How about 24-20?
No, I'm gonna go.
23 to 19.
Yeah, either way, it's over, isn't it?
23 to 19.
23-21.
Go.
I'll
Go
say okay. I'll do this.
I would be too.
24-22. I'll go up a little bit on both teams.
24-22. Keith will go
Yeah, I'll
with
go
the
up a little
over.
bit both ways.
Michael.
So Will Levis is still the quarterback for the Tennessee, huh?
For right
Lord
now, yeah.
Almighty. I miss that Liberty kid. Anyway.
Well, he's not there anymore. Remember,
I know
he's
he's not.
No, he's with Green Bay.
yeah, he was in Green Bay.
He
He
scored
got
the
moved.
loaf backup. That's right. But tell me, Richardson getting injured? Please. I said that week 1. So I'm surprised he's lasted this long. And then, of course, you have to go with Joe Flacco, my least favorite quarterback in the whole league. I can't stand him. Oh, I don't know who to take in this game, but I don't know. My hunch is telling me since Troy Pollard's there
Oh yeah, let's walk them.
and Calvin Ridley catches balls for
Here we go.
Calvin Ridley catches balls for the. You know what? I'm going to go with the upset. They're the home team. They get complaints about their turf. I'm going to go with Tennessee, and I think it's going to be one of those games that a field goal is going to win it, and it's going to be 20-19.
Bases loaded, nobody out.
Yeah, 20 to 19. He's going to go with the
And
under.
the Phillies only have 2 hits.
Yeah, go for it, Brian.
I'm watching the Yankee game.
We've been talking about all year that Will Levis, quarterback at Tennessee, is not the brightest light on the block.
No!
Makes bad decisions, and he's primarily the reason why Tennessee is -7 in turnovers. The Colts, I actually kind of like Flacco. He's averaging the 2 games he's played. He's averaging 263 yards.
Flacco.
Got five touchdowns and no interceptions. So Flacco is kind of leading the troops pretty well. I got Baltimore winning this game 28-26.
Indianapolis.
Oh no, excuse me. I read the wrong line here. Indianapolis 22 to Tennessee
Brian.
19
22-19.
under.
22-19?
Yeah.
All right. So you'll go with the under as well.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to Keith. Keith, the Houston Texans, 7-point favorites. And they're heading to New England. New England has a new quarterback this week. Drake May will be under center.
I can't believe that.
Drake May will be under center. Starting for the Patriots this week. And 37.5 is a total. How about that? Go for it, Keith.
Texans win and cover, and
37.5.
yeah, I'll go over.
All right. Okay, Michael.
Well, I hope the weather in New England is cold for the Patriots because if their weather is fall I don't see them having a chance to win, especially C.J. Stroud. My God, I saw a picture. I saw him in an interview. He looks like a nerd. Yeah, I'm serious. He looks like a nerd, but dang on, he's a good quarterback. And Drake May, meet the Houston Texans defense. You're going to get sacked a lot, my friend. The Texans are going to win. They're going to win big. They're going to win probably 24 to 10.
24 to 10, and that will be an under. You'll take the Texans. Brian.
Yeah.
Texans have not been looking as good as they did last year. And the Stroud might be having a little bit of a sophomore slump. I know his running backs have been injured. This week coming up, I think Nico Collins is out. He's injured.
Mm-hmm.
But they might get Mixon's practicing, so they might get Mixon back. That'll help them a lot.
Yeah, Nico Collins is out. Yes.
So Drake May, it's definitely high time they try to replace Jacoby Brissett.
Welcome to the NFL.
And this game, I've got Houston winning by 10, 24-14. So I think that's the over.
24-14. That'll be an under.
And then I'll take that.
Yeah. The Texans, I'm not impressed by them, and I don't think they're going to go out here and light the scoreboard up. They're not. But the Texans, but the Patriots, this is not the place you want to start May. They've got too many good pass rushers on this Texans team. They got too many guys that have a legit chance of getting to you. And May is not the most mobile guy in the world. They don't score a touchdown this week. The Patriots don't. 4 field goals, and that's not going to be enough. Texans 20, Patriots 12. They cover. The Texans barely cover, and it's under the total. All right, let's see.
Keith, who did you take on that last game?
I took the Texans to win, cover, and the over.
Yep. Michael.
Yes.
We got the Browns.
Oh, of course.
Larry Harris is here. Larry is stuck through the show.
Don't hurt his feelings.
What's been tougher on you, Larry, listening to this show for the last hour and 7 minutes or watching the Browns this season? They're traveling to the Eagles. The Eagles are 8 and a hook favorite. They're the biggest. It's the biggest number all week right here. 8.5 point favorites. 43 and a hook. Mike, have that.
Oh, the Groper. Is the Groper he got hit with another lawsuit this past week. Another woman is suing him. Come on. Oh, man. And then you're putting the Cleveland Browns defense against the team who was off last week. And they're going to be hungry. And I can't see. Is Watson going to play? I think he is.
Yes.
They'll probably be benched. And this poor coach is on the hot seat. Him and Dougie Poo. Oh, they're, one they got rid of already. Dougie Poo is still there. And whoever, I forget the coach's name in Cleveland, but I heard he's going to be
Stefanski. And they're saying Stefanski is being forced to start this kid by the ownership. So if that's the case.
What kid is it?
Watson.
Oh, you mean the Groper? Yeah. The Groper won't find any women to grope because the Eagles front four is going to do a number on them.
Right.
Philadelphia 27, Cleveland. I'll give him a break. Tree.
Under. All right. Fine.
Okay, Cleveland's lost 9 of the last 12 games, and that's the only explanation for Watson still playing, being forced to have to play in by ownership. Cleveland is a mess. Maybe if they didn't delineate, maybe they might put Winston in the middle of the game while Philadelphia's blowing.
Jameis is the backup. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Winston's the backup, and he's decent. He's better than Watson, I'll tell you that for sure.
Yeah. I know that, but still.
Philadelphia playing a team that's 2-4-1 against the spread as road underdog. The Eagles, you saw that 59-yard run by Barkley to start the second half. And they could be getting A.J. Brown back this week. So I like the Eagles in this 32-12.
Oh no. Grand slam.
I'm not watching Yankees. No score in the Yankee game.
Grand slam indoor. So what'd you say? 24-12?
32-12.
32-12. So
Has
he
it happened on the TV yet, Rob?
Yeah. So you're taking the Eagles and you're going with the under. 32-12. You're going just over.
With the over.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? The Browns, until further notice, contact me when you either fire your coach, sell the team, or get rid of it. We're going to give them the Zorro. Fire your coach, sell the team, or get rid of the Groper. Till that time, don't call me back. They lose again. 32-10. I'll go under the total, but yeah, the Eagles just take care of business here. Keith.
Didn't I think the coach for the Browns even had Brownie the Elf on his hat or something. I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
I know. Brownie the Elf don't help him. God.
Anyway, Browns home field these days is pretty much the morgue, and I don't see them coming to life here against the Eagles. Sirianni, though, or whatever is the name of the coach of the Eagles, if they end up showing up and looking really bad in this game, I mean that could be close to the end for him too. I mean, this is a game where they just can't afford to look bad at all.
Yeah.
So the Eagles better come out with their best game. Will the Eagles win by 9 or more? I'm going to predict that they do.
43 and a hook.
Yeah, I'll go over 34-10.
All right. We go to Brian. Brian, the Chargers. Harbaugh. The West Coast Harbaugh. They're 3-point favorites going to the Broncos. They head to Denver. 35 and a hook is the total for this game. Have at it, Brian.
I think the West Coast Harbaugh's the better of the two Harbaughs myself.
Harris would agree with you.
Bo Nix has not thrown any interceptions in the last 3 games. He's starting to figure it out.
What am I seeing moving behind you, Brian?
My wife just came in the van.
Yeah, that was Lindor, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm seeing a reflection of your hand on the television.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. Yeah. No, that's all right. I thought, is that like a cat or something moving around? But then I figured out I was seeing a TV or whatever. All right.
Denver has dominated the Chargers in this series. They've won the last 5 home games. And their defense has only allowed 11 points per game. So Denver's defense has been outstanding. Chargers have a defense as well, unlike last year. So I'm kind of thinking under the total in this game. I've got Denver winning easily. Let's see. The total is 35.5. That's pretty low, though.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going over. Denver 24-14 over the Chargers.
24-14 over. Okay.
Well, yeah, we can see our own reflections in your TV back here.
Yeah. Harris took the Chargers this week, and I don't.
You want me to move the TV out of the way?
Oh no, you're not doing anything wrong.
No. Oh.
Harris didn't do it. Harris took the Chargers, and I don't know why. Because I look at this game right now, and I'm like, what really is the big clue stopper here? Nix. It's Nix, man. Nix has played well the last 3 weeks, and they've won the last 3 weeks. I think they're going to be really, really tough to beat this week. I think the Chargers are going to give them a game. But the Broncos are the dogs here, so I'm taking the Broncos to win this game. 17-16. Another under for Rob on this game. Keith?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Broncos to win this game too. I'm going to go under though. I'm going to say 20-13. I think the
Oh.
Broncos defense is legitimate. I think they're one of the top defenses in the league.
Yeah. Michael.
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh, huh? Bo Nix, you think the guy's played 6 years in football. You think he has this all figured out? I don't know. I don't think he has it figured out. And then you got Justin. Oh my God! If there's anything,
And you think he's got it all figured out yet?
huh?
Justin, you think he's got it figured out?
No, he's probably been one of the worst draft picks I've ever seen in the last 5 years or so. Boy, oh boy, Jimmy H. I don't know why you left Michigan. Holy crow! You could have had more fun. You could have traveled to the team out west and have a good time instead of having to be at SoFi. But you know what? It's an AFC West game, and those games are usually nice and close. And I'm gonna take the Bolts. I'm gonna take them 27-24.
Hey, they're 3-point favorites. See if you can do something else. How about 28-24 or 27-23?
How about then we'll make it 27-23. How about that?
27-23. Mike, we'll take them and go with the over. All right. We go to Brian. Let's see, Brian, you already took your Broncos, didn't you?
Yeah.
Coming to me now then. We're going
Mike, did you take the Bolts?
Yeah, I took the Bolts with the best uniforms in the NFL.
Well, I agree with that. I love their uniforms.
Right, Brian? Yeah. Even though yours aren't that bad
I
either.
like the Commanders' uniforms now
They
with
are
the
good
gold
too.
pants. And
They
What'd
are
you say,
good
Mike?
too.
they kind of look like
Mike.
USC now.
Would you
USC.
say 27-23?
Yes, I did.
27-23. He went with the over.
I figured I'll be nice about it.
All right, we're going to Vegas here. Steelers, 3-point favorites, going to Vegas to play the Raiders. 36.5 as a total for this game right here. And you know what? I think this is just right. Just right. 36.5. I'll go 36 points on this game. Steelers 20 and the Raiders 16. We hear from the coach of the Steelers today saying today is the first day that there's been full activities out of Russell Wilson. That's kind of a hint. He's telling us if our quarterback doesn't get his crap straight, we're going to bench his ass and we're going to put Russell in there. I think it could happen as early as this week. We'll see what happens. I'll take the Steelers this week, 20-16, and I'll go with the under. Keith.
Yeah, I kind of like your point spread. The Steelers by somewhere between 4 and 7 points will win. I also like the under. It might be even a little less lower scoring than what you're predicting. Steelers defense is pretty darn good, and
Yeah.
I don't know what the Raiders offense really has going for it this year. So yeah, that's where I stand on that one.
You going the under?
Yep.
All right, Michael.
The Steelers and the Raiders, huh? Well, are we going back to Super Bowl 12 again?
Neither of those teams was in that one.
I know,
Yeah.
but the Steelers deserve a break after sitting through a 2:45 rain delay. Oh my goodness, it was terrible. And you know what? I have a spoiler. Russell Wilson will end up being in this game, and everybody, the football fans, unless you're a true music fan, know the reason. His wife is pregnant again. Okay? Ciara's pregnant, so he needs to increase on his income. And
Does he
of
get
course,
paid bonuses?
I have to do this. Regards to Gardner Minshew. He's back to being the backup. And whatever his name is, Aiden
O'Donnell.
Adrian, or whatever. It's not good enough. I feel sorry for Antonio Pierce. I really do. I think the Steelers are going to win. There are probably going to be more Steeler fans in Vegas on Sunday than there will be Raider fans. Steelers 24, Raiders 10.
24-10. He's going with the over. Brian.
I was shocked last week when the Cowboys beat the Steelers 2017. I thought the Steelers for sure would beat up the Cowboys, but that didn't happen. I think Pittsburgh's going to have a bounce back game. I think you're right, Rob. I think we will see Russell Wilson at some point. It's going to be interesting to watch Mad Max Crosby playing against TJ Watt. Who's going to get more sacks? Crosby's got 5. Watt's got 4.5. But Las Vegas is 30th in running, and they don't have Devontae Adams to throw the ball to. I got Pittsburgh winning the game 28-15.
28-15. That's
Over,
53. So you definitely way over.
43.
43.
Huh?
43.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, it's still over 36.5. Yeah. Gotcha. We go to Keith. We got the Falcons. That guy, 500 yards. Wasn't it right at 500 yards he threw for last week? Set a record. Set an NFL record. Nobody's ever done that in a 60-minute game. And now going to travel to the Panthers, to Carolina. And the Falcons are a 6-point favorite, 47.5. Keith, tell us why the Panthers will pull the upset.
I'll do that in about 2028. But not tonight. Falcons, the Panthers, I really wonder how they could put things together enough to win that game in Vegas. Vegas must have just sleptwalked that day. Falcons will win this easy. And 47, man, that's a lot of points.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to go ahead and go with the over, though. I'm going to say 40 to 14.
40-14. Michael.
God, Carolina against the Falcons? I guess I'm just watching a little controversy in the Yankee game. Oh, that hit the line. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, man, the Mets got runners on the corners.
Where are they playing this game in? They're playing in
Carolina.
Oh, Grassfield. Okay. No indoors, so Arthur will be out in the sidelines late in the game. He look like he'll be bundled up. He'll be shriveled or stuff like that. Anyway, I wonder how many people will show up for that game. But you know what? I don't know. The Falcons need to win this game to stay pace. But I think it's going to be closer than most people think. I don't know why, but I think Carolina's going to find a way to stay in this game and keep it close and make it a 27-24 Falcons win.
27-24. Mike says Panthers and the over. All right. Brian.
A lot of Falcons have played 5 straight one-score games. They played a lot of tough games. And then you look at Carolina, pre the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, they were losing by 24 points a game. But then after them, they're losing by 18 points a game. That's not enough improvement to play the Falcons. But I've got Atlanta winning 32-16.
32-16. Be 48.
Just over.
So he'll take Falcons and over. All right. Going to Keith. The Lions, Detroit. Are they looking for any revenge?
What was your pick on the Falcons Panthers?
Mine? Oh, did I go? Did I even go? No, I don't think I did go.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you know what? I'm with Mike on this one. I think this could be a close game, but a touchdown covers it though, and that's what's going to happen here. I'm going to go 24-17 Falcons. I think it could be close for a while. I just don't think Cousins plays as well outside as some quarterbacks do. 24-17 under the total, but I'll take Falcons. So now we go to Mike. Okay, yeah, that's right. We go to Mike.
No,
now.
wouldn't it be? Let's see.
Yep.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go to
Boy, how
Mike.
many times is Dallas underdog at home?
Yeah, well, they are today. They are this week, Mike. The Lions.
The Lions and the Cowboys.
The Lions.
Before I get into that,
They're 3-point favorites.
God bless you, Pete. Someday you'll be in the Hall of Fame. Someday. God bless you, Luis. I'll always know that your number will be turned around every time you wind up. You were two legends, and they have video of you batting against each other. So,
Two
Take
legends
care,
of that
you know.
75 World Series.
and Pete, you're allowed to gamble up in heaven. Okay? So don't worry about that. And if you have to, borrow a cigar from Luis. Anyway,
Lions are they're 3-point favorites at Dallas.
and Jimmy!
52.5. 52.5.
Jerry's going to be busy with other things. As some of you have already heard and have already read, that there is a proposition which has been forwarded by you-know-who and somebody else, that they're going to have a Grand Prix auto race in the town of Arlington.
Mm.
And if they do that, they're going to be racing around, and then you get to see the Globe, and then you get to see the Choctaw, and of course, what is the big thing about Arlington when you have to see Jimmy? Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I didn't see Ezekiel play last week. Did he play? No. He didn't play much last week.
I don't know.
if at all.
I don't
It's
know if he can
unreal.
really do much.
I'm not sure he's able to walk.
Yeah, and of course, I'm glad it's not the Sunday night game. Thank goodness. Okay, I'm gonna go with Mr. Pafford and his Little Caesars Pizza, and go with the Lions. I think the Lions are gonna find a way to destroy the Cowgirls' defense. I don't know if Micah Parsons is gonna be playing. Who cares?
Pafford's a Ram.
What?
Pafford's a Ram.
Then Goff will find a way to beat up on Micah Parsons. Pizza. I'm taking the Lions, and it's going to be one of those 30 to 27 games. So give me the Lions.
All right, hey, how about 31-27 or even 30?
Yeah, give Goff another point. Yeah.
And 31-27. That'll go over the total.
That works.
Go for it, Brian.
I don't think Jared Goff will beat up Michael Parsons. I don't think he's playing. I think Parsons is injured. And so is
Yeah, I know, but that's the point.
it could-
Lawrence is injured too.
Yeah.
For me, Detroit's the most balanced team in the NFC, and they've had a bye week. Every time Detroit has a bye week, Campbell comes up with some kind of weird wrinkle play, and you could expect it in this game. Detroit is 6-1 against the spread as a road favorite, so they play very well in these situations.
George Brett's on TV.
Also, no running game for Dallas will lead to, I think, Hutchinson getting more sacks on Dak Prescott. So I've got Detroit winning this game 24-20.
24-20. So you're going to go under the total.
Of course, they got to show that highlight of Gossage and Brett.
You know what? Dallas has already lost 2 at home, right? This is their third game at home. They're not going to lose 3 in a row.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to find a way to beat this Lions team. This is a team that I think is one of the most overrated. If you want to count overrated, Bengals, Lions. If you like your Cardinals, I think they are, and I think your Buccaneers are overrated, as well as Baltimore. I just think they're all overrated teams. I just don't think they're that good. I don't think none of those teams have a chance of winning the Super Bowl. Let's say it that way. Cowboys win this ball game outright, 27-24, and I will go under the total. Keith.
Yeah, but when I look at the Lions and then I start comparing them to other teams, I mean, I can entertain the idea of them being overrated, but then I start comparing them to each of the other teams in the league, and I start thinking, no, they're better than that team. They're definitely better than that team. They're better than that team. They're definitely, and I end up having them ranked really high. So, I don't know. I just have a feeling the Lions are going to really put the beat down on the Cowboys this week.
Beat down. Ooh.
Yeah, beat down. I think I'm going to pick the Lions 34-20, but the Cowboys might be lucky to be that close.
Wow. 34-20. That is over. That is over. All right. Let's see. Mike's already went. Yep. We're ready to go to Brian. Brian, Sunday Night Football. The Cincinnati Bengals. Everybody's hanging and dangling their hopes on them. They've still got a chance. They're 3.5-point favorites. They're going to the New York Giants. 49 points is the over-under. Have at it, Brian.
Well, the Giants play. I think somebody said earlier. The Giants, or maybe before the show, the Giants do play hard, and they don't have a lot of names on the team, but I think that the Giants are.
Is Neighbors healthy?
I think I don't know.
I want to say he's still out.
That's what I'm going to check.
Right, you ain't doing shit.
No, I hear a disgruntled Phillies fan.
Yeah.
Doing shit.
Yeah.
You hear.
I won't say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not on the injury report.
Oh, so he may be back this week then. Okay.
All right, so you got Chase and Higgins back for Cincinnati, and they're humming. But Cincinnati's defense is not humming. They are not playing defense. So the Giants may be able to keep this game close. I've got Cincinnati winning. I guess they're favored by 3.5. Is that right?
Yep. Are they going to cover?
Yeah, I think they'll cover 26-21.
26-21. You're going with the over. You know what? Bengals ain't thrilling me. They ain't got nothing going on as far as I'm concerned. Giants, last week, that kid from Duke that plays for the Giants, he played probably one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league last week, right there with the Commanders, and I don't know who else. But Jones played well last week. He really did look good. And he didn't have all his weapons. Now you get Neighbors back. They're gonna chew up and spit out the Bengals. Night game in New York. I'll take the Giants 24-20. I'll go under the total like I've been going all the way this week. But I think the Giants are not as bad as people say they are, and I know the Bengals are not that good. Keith.
And Burrow is probably really getting frustrated. I mean, he's going out there and putting up great efforts and pretty good numbers pretty much every week, and then has nothing to show for it at the end.
And could he be traded? I mean, you've got some teams that would love. And then when I say traded, I'm talking 2 1s and 2 2s for him. I'm talking some legit money. And Miami
But
would love
that game against the Chiefs, that was a one where they were in a position to win it, but then they had the pass interference and then the field goal, they lose. Then they had the game this last week where they had the field goal lined up to try to win it. And of course, their guy, the holder,
Yeah.
kind of dropped the ball, and then it wasn't the kicker so much, and then the big run by Henry, and then they lost in overtime. So this could be another overtime game. I'm kind of thinking it will be. I'll go with the Bengals to win it by a field goal this time. No.
So you're taking Giants.
Huh?
So you're taking the Giants.
Yeah, with the points, yes.
49.
Yeah, I'll go a little over that because I'm going to say 20. Let me amend that. I'm going to go under. I'll say, I don't know what I'm going to do, Rob. Hold on. I don't know what I'm doing, which I've proven every week. I don't know what I'm doing.
We all have, actually.
Yeah, I have no clue. I'm going over 27-24. I'll stick with my original.
27-24. He's going over the total. Michael.
My Giants, they did a wonderful job in Seattle. Blocking, like I said before, blocking that kick. The guy runs right in between two Seahawks players. And, I realized that the Bengals are getting back to being the Bungles again because they can't block anybody on the offensive line. Poor Joey B. They had so much hope for him. He breaks his knee, he hurts his wrist, he breaks his arm, and Danny Dimes does his thing. I think Devon Singletary's gonna come in and give us a good game. And their running attack is getting better, and their defense is above average. So that's good. I personally think it's better than Jimmy, but that's another story. I'm gonna take the Giants. They gotta look good on national TV, so I'm kind of worried about that. But I'll take the Giants. I'll take them 20-24. Cincinnati 17.
Right.
You had Burrow, who transferred from Ohio State to LSU, and probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And then you had our guy Daniels, who transferred from Arizona State to LSU. He's probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And didn't Nussmeier transfer to LSU from somewhere?
Who knows?
I think he did.
Oh.
Anyway, maybe he's the guy to draft next year.
I get nervous.
I think you're first, aren't you, Rob?
Yeah, Monday Night Football. We got the Bills traveling to New York City, not just New York because they're already in New York, to play the Jets. Jets have got so much controversy going on. We're hearing that they have already hired the Georgia coach effective February, but it's already – they're saying the ink is getting dry on that situation, that Kirby Smart is the next Jets coach effective February 2025. We don't know if it's true or not. Adam Schefter reported it on the NFL Network about 4 o'clock today and said it was a done deal.
Yeah, so call Adam Schefter, don't call Rob.
Shifty!
What'd you say, Brian?
That's a smart move.
Yes, it's very, very nice move for the Jets. Now, they got to decide if they're going to keep running with the old train that could, or they're going to go and try to do something else. Through the first four games this year, Zach Wilson last year scored the same amount of points as Rodgers has this year through the first 4 games. So this is going to be interesting. Or through the first 5 games, rather. Through the first 5 games, they got the same amount of points scored. So take from that what you want to. The Bills took a beating last week, and I think they're hurting. I do. I really do. I think they're hurting. That 2 in a row for them. Yeah, that's 2 in a row. And the Bills' offense is 30 points in 2 games is not a lot, 15 points. But what can solve your problems better than playing the New York Jets? Nothing much. That's another overrated team. Oh, their defense is mean. Come on. When your defense is out on the field 40 minutes of the game, you're not going to do a lot. The Bills have got to find a running back other than number 17 running for them. They got to. If they don't, Allen's going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But come on. I mean, Rodgers is just a statue standing back there, and you can hit him all day long. He had Saleh fired. You can tell me what you want to. I don't believe nothing different. He had Robert Saleh fired because you could see those two just did not get along. He does not like a motion offense. And this day and age, it makes so much sense to put a man in motion to find out, okay, are they playing zone? Are they playing man? Whatever. But put some men in, but he just likes to walk up to the line, center the ball, and go with it. And I think it's going to end up backfiring on them yet, having Rodgers. Bills win this game. I'm going over the total for only the second time tonight. 28-17. I will take the Bills, and I think they win big. I'll go over the total. Keith.
Yeah, boy, when the Bills are only favored by 2 points against a team that just fired their coach. And we were talking about them being like one of the top teams in the league a couple weeks ago.
They actually, how about this earlier today, Keith? They were 2.5-point favorites before they fired Saleh, and it went to 1.5 for a short time.
Yeah, that's a compliment to Saleh, isn't it?
Firing, and now it's back to 2.5. So
I had the insult to the injury for the poor guy. No, it's way out the door. The door did hit him in the ass.
So a lot of people have confidence in this defensive coordinator. Rah this week. We'll see what happens.
Rah.
All right. Well, I mean, I hear your stat with the Jets as far as the different, the points and all with, or whoever came up with that. Same with the Zach there last year, but I think it is a better offense with Rodgers for obvious reasons. The Bills getting beat that bad by the Ravens, I think that's just something the Bills are going to do once in a while. They're just going to show up and play a real stinker of a game. Now, last week they probably played a lot better and just lost to another team that's pretty good on the road. The Jets, I don't think are in the same. I don't think the Jets are as good as the Texans as an opponent. So the Bills will get back on track in the W column this week. More frustration for Rodgers, but I think Rodgers will play okay. I just think the Bills are a better team. So I'll go with Buffalo to win this one, 24-20.
24-20. We will go with the over. Michael.
Oh, man. Maybe they should get Boomer Esiason to coach this team. That's how bad things are. Rodgers versus Allen. Here's Aaron. Here's Rodgers. He's failed. He's failed as a Jet. 4 plays, and he tears his Achilles. And here's Allen. Allen doesn't get hurt. He dives everywhere. He runs the ball. He does a lot of good things. He's got a good coach. He's got some receivers, but they're much better. Well, I think Allen would love to have the Jets receivers. Aaron has Lazard and Wilson. But you know what? And it's, again, national TV. The only thing I just don't want happening is the people in the stands for the Jet fans, they take garbage cans and start burning things in the end zone, okay? Buffalo, 31. the New York Jerks 14. Mark it.
JERKS. Is that what they're going to be
Jerks,
chanting?
jerks.
Brian?
Okay, Buffalo did get destroyed by the Baltimore Ravens, but that's nothing to be embarrassed about. I mean, Baltimore destroyed a lot of teams last year, including the 49ers who went to the Super Bowl. So I think Buffalo can bounce back. Before that game, the Jets game, they interviewed Aaron Rodgers, and they asked him, who's winning the battle, Father Time or Aaron Rodgers? And Rodgers smiled and he says, it's a stalemate. No, I don't think so. I think Father Time is definitely winning this battle. The last couple of games, he's not been able to complete but 55% of his passes. And had 2 first-quarter picks, and I think he had another one late in the game. So, yeah, Father Time is beating Aaron Rodgers. And with Saleh getting fired, when I heard that, I had the picture of Saleh showing up for work, and they changed the locks on his doors. He couldn't get in the door. And Aaron Rodgers was on the other side of the door holding the new key.
He had to get escorted out. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, this is Aaron Rodgers' team now. And I think that means more pressure on Aaron Rodgers because now there's no other excuses. The other Jets have played pretty well. Grant Wilson's got to play better, but the other Jets have played pretty well. The offensive line's been fine. The defense has been fine. Aaron Rodgers has got to step up for the Jets to succeed.
Rodgers was down on the turf in that game for a little bit too, and he kind of had a limp after that. And even in his throwing motion, I noticed a couple times he was kind of holding his legs like he did in that game. Remember in the playoffs when he was kind of hurt on one leg and he was still they were up in Seattle and they should have won that game, but that was the year Seattle ended up losing to the Patriots in the Super Bowl, I think.
Yeah. The goal line
same stance and stuff with his leg. It seemed like it's when he was injured that year. So I don't know if there's anything to carry forward on that, but that's just something I noticed last weekend.
The Jets have won the last 2 home games that they played Buffalo. But I believe it stops, and I think Buffalo wins the game 21-17.
21-17. 38. So Brian will go with the under. Let's go check our locks out from last week, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that.
I don't even remember who mine was.
Brian took a Niners, and they lost. Harris took a Commanders. They took care of business. Keith took a Chiefs. They won. Okay. Tim took the Baltimore Ravens, and they straight up won. And Rob took a Minnesota Vikings. I was like, hey, until different, I'm going to take them, man. They won. Harris has already brought in his pick this week. So Brian will get next pick. Locks. I will not tell anybody who Harris picked. That way it will be a pressure on you. That way to go to a different way. So go ahead, Brian. Look around and see who you like.
Well, we'll just let him keep his, even if it's the same as somebody's.
Straight up. Okay. We can do that.
I'll take Philadelphia all day against Cleveland.
All right. So he's taking the Eagles. Brian's taking the Eagles all day long.
And this is straight up. These are straight up picks.
These are straight up. Yeah. Yep. So, Keith, well, I'll tell you what, Mike, we hadn't seen you in a while. Mike?
Yeah, I need a lock.
Tell us who you like.
You know,
there's a few of them out there.
Brian's pick is very good, by the way. That would have been probably one of my choices. I don't know.
Take, Brian?
I gotta go. I'm gonna go a little ways.
Do what, Keith?
Who did Brian take?
Eagles.
I'm going to pick.
Brian.
I'm going to pick the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's a bad pick either.
No.
Go ahead, Keith.
Yeah, that was kind of where I was leaning right there too.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Let me just scroll through here a little bit. Oh, goodness. The only thing that scares me about this is where they're playing it, but give me the Bears.
The Bears.
Yeah, I can't jump on this one quick enough. Falcons are playing the Panthers, boys and girls.
I looked at that.
I'll take the Falcons in that one all day long. All right. Chiefs, Dolphins, Rams, and Vikings are off this week. Mike, we've been doing this since the start of the season. Right now, the three best teams in the NFL across the board. No particular order. The three best teams in the NFL.
In no order you said?
No.
Okay. The three best teams, and I'm not putting them in order.
Go
It
for
would
it.
be the San Francisco 49ers,
At 2 and 3.
the Kansas City Chiefs, and the 49ers are going to make a comeback, by the way, just to let you know. And
No, I'm
and
that's fine.
and when they destroy poor Boyney the Elf and stuff, the Philadelphia Eagles.
All right. Brian.
Well, I like the Minnesota Vikings. They've been pretty flawless all year long. They're just toying with teams.
Giants beat them.
I like the Detroit Lions. I know you're not that impressed with them, but I think they're a very balanced, strong offensive line. And they got running game, they got receivers, and enough defense. And then my third one, Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs. I got you.
I think last week the Chiefs were finally playing to their ability, which they hadn't done all year. And I love seeing the Kelsey flip to Samaje Perine, which was a play they practice every week. And then even with all the injuries, I think it's amazing they keep finding ways, but that's what they do.
Yeah. All right. Keith, your top three.
I'm right with Brian. That's the same three teams. I have to give the Vikings their respect now. I mean, it is they keep showing that this isn't just a mirage. They're playing that well. And the Lions, I've kind of felt that way last week. I think I listed them last week, and of course the Chiefs. I mean, I don't really see somebody I could pick to beat them with a lot of confidence.
By the way, it looks like Rashee Rice is out for the season.
Yeah.
After his surgery.
Is Rice done for the year?
Yeah.
I'm going.
Now we can go to.
You gotta take your two undefeated teams, Chiefs and the Vikings. I don't think there's any doubt that those two teams are out there. But then that third team, no, I can't take it. I can't take it. Lions play the Eagles tomorrow. The Eagles beat them. Lions play the 49ers tomorrow. The 49ers beat them. There's too many. I think there's too many holes in that team all the way across. 49ers play the Eagles tomorrow. I think the Eagles beat them. I think right now the Eagles, and let me tell you right now, yesterday Harris took Kansas City, Lions, and then Commanders as his top three. So that's why he went there. He did not. He said he still ain't sold on the Vikings. But I'm just like this about it. I just think the Eagles, if they get their stuff in order, nobody's going to want to play them. I really think they're going to get. It's all if that quarterback gets his stuff in his head. I ain't worried about the coach that much. He's going to make it through the season. They're not going to fire him mid-season. They're just not. Eagles don't do that stuff. But if Hurts gets his, between the ears straight, he'll be fine. So I'll take the Eagles and the Vikings and the Chiefs. I like, but right now, Vikings and Chiefs are head and shoulders above everybody else. But if you give me a third pick, that's the way I'll go with it. So we got all our locks of the week put in here. Oh, I forgot to tell you what Harris's lock of the week was nobody else's pick. He took his Saints, folks. He took his Saints against the Bucks. He thinks it's going to be a blowout. So we'll see what ends up happening there. You all, any last words, anybody?
No, just the Groper.
The Groper.
Oh, I was wondering earlier, what's the best quarterback that's come out of Florida? Has there been anybody, I mean, as a pro quarterback, has there been anybody that's really
It had to be from a long time ago.
a
Steve
long
Spurrier.
time ago? Huh?
Did he play at Florida? Did Steve Spurrier play at Florida?
I think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'd
But I mean,
be-
a guy that had a good NFL
Maybe-
career.
It'd probably be Steve Spurrier.
Yeah, he played for the 49ers.
Yeah, but he didn't have a good NFL career, though, right?
No.
Best University of Florida Gator quarterback ever in the NFL.
I mean, Tebow probably had more success than he did.
Shane Matthews.
Tebow went to the playoffs one year.
Oh, Shane Matthews. Yeah, I forgot about Matthews.
Yeah, but hold on, we got two better than him. Oh, but not Bernie Kosar. He didn't play there. No.
No, that's
Mike-
Miami.
Blaney, that's right. Blaney.
Eric
I know that.
Suffer, Kerwin Bell, Jesse Palmer, John Reed,
He was the Bachelor.
Danny Warfare,
Yeah.
Doug Johnson, Tim Tebow. Let's get to top three. Shane Matthews, Steve Spurrier, Rex Grossman.
Oh,
Rex
right.
Grossman played.
Rex
He quarterbacked in
Grossman.
the Super Bowl. I'll give him that.
Oh,
Yeah, that was about it. He's good as the rest of them.
yeah.
Steve Spurrier did. How many games did he win? Yeah. Started 38 games and threw for 40 touchdowns while also punting. Oh, he was a punter too. Yeah. He went 0 and
The
12.
quarterback they have now, Graham Mertz, went to my high school, but I think he's injured.
Yeah.
And of course, we got Richardson in the NFL now. So
You mean no? He's on the
every once in a while.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Please,
too
When he's able to
TBD,
move, yeah.
determined.
But yeah, that was an interesting question right there. That was pretty cool.
that's an interesting question.
TBD.
So yeah, next week we will have updates on the hurricane. We'll try to get some more hurricane information for you. Phillies had a good season. They just
Is that over?
couldn't get,
I'm
yeah,
not
it's over
watching the game.
4-1.
I'm watching the Yankee game.
But I picked them to get swept in this series. I really did. I still think actually the Padres are going to win the World Series this year. I hope not. I'm rooting for
Those fans, let me
I'm
tell
rooting
you,
for
those
the-
fans
I'm rooting
don't
for the
deserve
Royals.
it. bro.
or the Tigers. Either one. Royals or Tigers. If they play each other, I'll probably root for the Tigers, but Royals could be right there too. I like them too.
I
Castellanos
took
had
the
half
Twins
their
at the
hits
beginning of
tonight.
the year to win the division, and everybody laughed. My couple of my friends laughed at me when they were trailing. I was like,
Yeah.
they got the pitching.
So yeah.
That's about
So
it.
we'll see what ends up happening there. That the Mets are going to either play the Dodgers, which I would rather see them play the Dodgers than I had the Padres. I just do not like that
Oh,
Padres
the
team.
series
Never
is
have,
over. The series
never
is
have
over.
liked them. Huh?
The series is
It's
over.
not there anymore.
The series is over with the Mets.
Oh, so the Mets did win that game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they got a grand slam out of
Yeah, Lindor. I saw that.
4-1. That's all they needed.
That's all they needed. That's right.
That's all they needed. Yep. So, Brian, I'll be in touch with you within the next 24 hours or so. We'll try to figure out something. But right now, Saturday's good with you. It's good for us,
Okay.
and we'll set a time up.
Okay.
Keith, Mike, you guys
Yes,
be
sir.
safe. Harris, brother, we know you lost your power. We are we're praying for you. Matt Sharver, I contacted him earlier. He said he's living, staying there, staying put. He's not going anywhere.
All
We'll
right.
see what happens.
Living the dream.
What school
Let's
is
hope
that
so anyway.
representing there, Michael?
So we'll see what happens.
What
We'll
your
see how-
sweatshirt? What school is that representing?
ACU, Abilene Christian, baby. Top 25 in Division 1A.
Oh, I thought maybe he broke something. He was wearing AC. Oh, that's ACL. Okay.
ACU, that's right. Top 25 in Division 1A.
Michael's in his new house. He's been there for what, 2 days?
Tree.
3 days.
Where's the cats? We usually see cats on your broadcast, but you don't have anything about
They
it.
are. We got a catio 2 coming in the backyard. We got to put that up so the cats don't escape
Catio.
through the alley.
Yeah.
Speaking of cats, one of mine just got up here.
Yeah, where's your cat?
So everybody here, I want to wish a happy week, a good week to you, and everybody watching. I hope you keep watching my channel. I got a 4th quarter to come on a Super Bowl replay, Super Bowl
When?
25, the Giants, the Bills, the wide right field goal, and we've got a good game going on there. I won't tell you what's going on, but you can go back and watch the 3. If it's second season football, and just put on there.
What college did O.J. Anderson play at?
O.J. Anderson. Oh my goodness, where did he go?
I was going to say.
Was it
Louisville.
USC? Was it?
No.
Penn State. Penn State.
I don't know.
O.J. Anderson. Penn. That may not be right either. O.J. Anderson.
Rodney Hampton played at Georgia, right?
Rodney Hampton played in Georgia. Yeah. Otis Anderson. It don't say on the cards here, does it? No, I don't think it says nothing on the card.
Oh,
Cards where they played at.
already.
I think that's where he came from, but I may be wrong.
Okay,
Somebody help us out. He didn't come from Oklahoma, did he? No, that don't sound right. That don't sound right. Otis Anderson. I'm gonna say Penn State, and then we'll come back next week and we'll have the answer for that.
Oh no, I'm getting it. I'm getting it now.
Mike's gonna get it quick, and then we'll go.
Come on, don't bother me. My friend's bugging me already.
Royals are down 2-0 at the bottom of the 5th.
Royals are down 2-0, so it's is that Yankees 2-0?
Yeah.
And are the Yankees up 2 games to 1 right now?
Yeah, no, it's 1-1.
Tied 1-1.
Oh, it's tied 1-1. Okay, so they
O.J. Anderson College.
Central Florida? No, that's 2017 and 2020. That's somebody different.
Nope, I have to look it up. O.J. Anderson College.
Well, it looks like it was Miami.
Otis Anderson's College.
Yeah, Miami.
University of yeah.
No, it was
He played for the Miami Hurricanes.
Oh,
He's selected 8th overall in his 79 draft. And then his son, Otis Anderson Jr., which doesn't even spell his name. That might not even be his son.
He's at Central Florida.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because it's
He
OTIS.
knew.
So it's totally different. Yeah. Otis Anderson, Sports Hall of Fame at University of Miami, number 47. Yeah. So,
That was the same number as Irvin, wasn't it? Michael Irvin?
yeah, Michael Irvin wore it. Drafted by the St. '. Cardinals. I remember that now.
Yeah, he was a Cardinal before he came to the
5'11".
Giants.
Whoa. Oh, okay. It says 5'11", 174, but that's OTIS. No.
No, two.
He was never teammates with Metcalf, was he? With the Cardinals?
Eric Metcalf played with him for a short time, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
a season, maybe 2.
I'm sorry, Philly fan.
Couldn't get it done tonight. So I hope you all will watch it next week. We'll have picks for week 7 in the NFL. We'll have some more teams taking their buys. For Keith, for Brian, for Mike. My name's Rob, and I hope
we still won't know what we're talking about.
And bet
That's our tagline. We still won't know what we're talking about.
Bet every dime. Yeah. Have a good one, guys.
And when you're out of time, start betting your property. Start betting your cars. Start betting
Cars, houses,
your